How's everyone doing today? Got a couple of packages from Amazon. I waited until I got both of them until I opened them up because they're actually part of the same shipment. These are pretty cool. I've been looking forward to getting these for a little while. I'd like to say that these are very important to me for my needs, but actually they're more for my wants. These are going to be very fun to have. I'm going to open them up and with any luck what we're going to see is a few pieces of camera equipment. If somebody ordered something and I didn't know about it, this could be a surprise for everyone. So I'm going to start off with this little package here. I was actually surprised when it came in a bubble wrap, but as long as everything is okay, I'm quite happy. There we go. This is one thing that I was really looking forward to getting. Now the brand name is Comix. Never heard of it before, but this is for photography, and I'm just getting into photography and I'm really enjoying it. So just because I haven't heard of the brand name doesn't mean it hasn't been around for a long time. But what this is the camera that I have only has a few lenses available to it. This is an adapter. Now this is something that will allow me to put other Canon lenses on my camera. I have the Canon M50, and I got a lens as well, which hopefully is in this package here, which is for the Canon EF, not the EFM. So looks like it's got a pretty good solid case on it, so I don't think I'm too worried about anything having been damaged in there, which is very good. Again, that's the reason why I was surprised it was in a bubble wrap. But let's have a look at what I got in here. I don't think this is something that's going to be too delicate. It doesn't have glass on it. And it's loaded in there really good. Okay. So let's see what we got in here. Okay. A little bit of an instruction manual, very small. I don't think you need too much for this because it's pretty simple, but I will go over this a little bit later. I'm normally the guy that takes the instructions and throws them off to the side, but I've just gotten into photography and I'm learning an awful lot as I go along, so I'm actually going to read these. So now, okay, this is good. It's in a styrofoam case there, which is really good. It's protecting it. Not that it needs to be protected too much because it is a hard, solid piece. Ah, good. It's got a lens cap on both sides which keeps the dust out. So this is the side that goes to the camera. This is the side that takes another lens. Now you can see inside there's pins. All this is an adapter, and it allows you to take one lens and put it onto a different camera body. There's no glass. My finger goes right through. So as long as the mechanics of it, the electrical components match up properly, this is going to do a great job. Now I paid $56 for this. It wasn't very expensive. There's others, in fact the Canon brand, I was looking at it and I could get the Canon brand adapter for, I think it was just under $200. That's a big difference. Just being an adapter, that seemed a little bit too much for me, so that's why I went with the off-brand for this. It looks pretty good. I like it. And we'll see what happens when I put the lens on it. Now there are some things called speed boosters. They actually have lenses in it. This doesn't. Speed boosters will cost an awful lot more. So for right now I think that's actually going to do what I need it to do. So I'm just going to put that off to the side for a minute. Get rid of that envelope there. Now this one here has two items in it. And again, I was a little bit shocked to find that it was sent in a bubble wrap, because this one here has the good stuff. There we go. That is a Canon EF-S 55 to 250 millimeter lens. So it's a telephoto lens. It's not the highest telephoto lens out there, but it is a telephoto lens. And this here should be a UV filter. All right, so I'm going to put the UV filter aside for a minute. I'm not too worried about that right now. But let's take a look at what the lens has in it. Now this is an actual Canon lens. I didn't go with the lens that was an off-brand because this has glass in it. This is going to be the thing that's going to take the pictures. This will make the difference. So the adapter didn't bother me in the slightest going with an off-brand, but the lens, I wanted to make sure that I got the right lens for the right job. Pretty nicely packaged. It wasn't an issue there. It had plastic caps over the top and the bottom, so that keeps it safe. So I guess being a little bit surprised it was in a bubble wrap, that's just my own paranoia. Little bit of an instruction manual. And this is proof that it is an actual Canon lens, which I'm very happy about. Because one of the other ones on Amazon said Canon lens. It was a Canon brand, but when I looked at the picture, Canon was not on the lens anywhere. So this is your warranty card. So I can use that to make sure that I register and get the warranty for that. Now this lens here, this is really nice. It's got the Canon lens caps and the cover for the back. There's glass on both sides. And now let me see here. So you can see how this is going to turn into a telephoto depending on how I set it. It's going to get me a 55mm lens all the way up to a 250mm lens. A couple of things that I like about this one here. It's got stabilization, so I can turn it on or off. And on another video I'm actually going to be playing with these a little bit, so you'll get an idea of what stabilization does. And it's also got autofocus and manual focus. If I wanted to put this on manual focus and play around a little bit with the focal aspects of this lens, I can do. So I like that. But really it looks like it's a pretty good quality lens. It's nice and heavy. If it was plastic, I would know, because I mean it's a durable plastic composite. But I think you know what I mean when I say plastic. You know that cheap feel. It makes you think that the thing is going to fall apart any second. The glass, it is actual glass. This is not plastic lenses. That makes me very happy. So I'm going to put the lens cap back on here, and I'm going to put the cover on the back. For two reasons. One, I want to protect it. Two, I'm paranoid. This lens was $225, I believe. Now they had the knockoff for $185. That's not a big difference to me. When I take a look at what you're getting, this one here is an actual Canon lens. I didn't want to take a chance. Maybe later on I'll start playing with some of the other lenses, some of the off brands, but for right now I thought it was a better idea just to go with the original. So I'm going to put this to the side here as well. And I have one more toy that I got. And yes, unfortunately I am able to call these toys because these are more for my playing than an actual need. It may develop into a need, we'll see. But whenever I buy a lens, I have three lenses. The lens that came with it. I also have an actual M series lens. It's a 22mm. It's a wide angle lens. It's not an extreme wide angle. It's a moderate wide angle lens. And in another video, I'm going to show the differences in what you can get with the kit lens, which is what I'm using right now, as well as what you can get with a wide angle lens. And again, it's a moderate wide angle, plus the telephoto. Now with every single lens that I have, some of those lenses were very expensive, so what I do, this was recommended to me years ago, and I've kept this in the back of my mind ever since. This is a UV filter. It does very little to the image, but what it does do is it protects the lens itself. That's a $225 lens. This is a $12 UV filter. If something comes up and breaks the outer glass, if this is on there, I have a $10 repair. If that's on there, no UV filter on it, I've just ruined a piece of glass that's worth $225. So I always go and put a UV filter on my lenses. I've got 3 lenses, I've got 3 UV filters. They're on there permanently. Okay, and this is good and solid. Very simple. These are really not a major item, so you can buy them for anything from $10 to $20. You don't have to go expensive with these, I don't think. But you just place it on here. Screw it down, and now your lens cap fits on there. Now this one here is an Amazon Basics UV filter, and it's got the size on it. It says 58 millimeter. That's the size of the ring on the inside of the lens. So before you can put one of those on, you have to know what the lens is. The description on Amazon told me what it was, so I felt comfortable in buying the UV filter. All of my lenses have them. So now for the lenses, I have this one. I have the lens that I'm using right now on the camera, which is the stock lens. And I also have a 22 millimeter moderate wide angle lens. So I have a couple of toys to play with. I'm going to do a video in the very near future on the different lenses, and I'm also going to do a video on the camera and why I chose this particular camera. The camera that I'm using right now is an M50, Canon M50. Professional photographers would be a little bit squeamish at the thought, but it's an entry level. I'll get into that on the next video. For right now, I've had a little bit of fun. I've opened up some toys. Now I'm going to go and play. Thanks for watching.